What is happening between Russia and Ukraine? Very first comment today Russia are not the same yesterday's Russia. In the other words, today's Russia has the same power what USSR has, but the Soviet Union was entangled sometimes with the West, but today's Russia is not. This is a geopolitical game between US and Russia. Ukraine is just the honey trap for the World War III. Very few Christian knows that Russia was getting help from God because Quran has a surah called Rum, and the other surah of the Quran inscribed that this is the meaning of these Arabic words. God is speaking to Jesus, whomsoever done the kufri to you and your mother Maryam, I will cleanse you and your mother, and whomsoever truly follows you, I will bless them with the power, and that power dominant over the West, who made that kufri, and that power remain until the Qiyamah. That's the meaning. So from this we know, based on our information and our knowledge, that the power only for the Orthodox Christian, not the American version of Christian. Let's start from the beginning. In 1952, over a night, Nikita handed over Crimea to Ukraine, which is Russian. She didn't ask to Crimean people what they want, not even Russia. You can see Soviet Union playing game with the Western world and throwing dust on our eyes. But this post-Soviet Union Russia was crumbling when Soviet Union collapsed. Within a matter of time, Russia get more powerful than ever had, and this is happened in the God's will. Western world ruling over mankind more than 300 years now, and changing regime all over the world, so the world leaders can stand up and sit with the words of Western world. Actually, we called him Antichrist Dajjal, and this fellow changed the regime in particularly all over the Southern America, and claims this is their Uncle Sam backyard. Now, for the last 200 years, except the Venezuela, the question is why they're not able to change the regime in Venezuela. They could do everything they do. Still, they can't change the regime in Venezuela, because if they try to invade militarily in Venezuela, they have to face Russia. That's why they fail in Venezuela. Russia took tremendously dangerous step to involving in Syria that could lead us to World War III, and destroyed the plan of Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Turkey, and the Antichrist Dajjal. The Western world defeated by Russia in Syria. Antichrist Dajjal also knows the power of Russia when Russia takes Crimea back. Antichrist Dajjal is very angry on Russia because of the power has Russia now. The Western world also defeated in Afghanistan. Antichrist Dajjal planning from 2014 to regime change in Ukraine, to bring Ukraine into the NATO. If Antichrist Dajjal takes Ukraine into NATO, it could be bad for Russia. This is not security option Russia could accept at all. So Russia put red line in Ukraine. This is our red line, whether you like it or not. This is Russia's decision, and Russia has the every right to defend his border. When Soviet Union wanted to put nuclear arms missile to Cuba, the US President John Kennedy administration decided to stop Soviet Union for the greatest security threat. Then why not Russia can do now? They not allow any ship of Soviet Union to reach Cuba without search by US government in 1962. Does Cuba has right to do what Cuba wants to do? That time US said No, Cuba doesn't have the right to possess the great threat for the United States of America. This is the reminds for those who beating the drums for Ukraine. If the fools with capital F of NATO try to cross the Ukraine, they take mankind to World War III. Russia is ready in the border of Ukraine and Russia. With their military power, that's mean Russia can enter Ukraine, not at all. Russia is not full until unless someone drop the bombs. The multi-million dollar question is who could be the someone? Is our famous leader of Turkey? Yes, that's right. Because Turkey is the member state of NATO. That's mean Turkey leads the war with the help of the Antichrist Dajjal. Yes, that's why Turkey is being sunk economically these days. And inflation has gone high. NATO may force them getting involved here diplomatically and strong arms them drop the first bomb. Only then Russia will respond with their nuclear war. This is the future. This is the view on Ukraine and Russia.